Jace Avina. Jace Avina is with the High A affiliate with the New York Yankees. He is 5'11", 180 pounds. He's 20 years old. He was drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers in round 14, picked 417 overall out of Spanish Springs Sparks, Nevada High School. Jace Avina's numbers this year looks as 326 at bats. He batted .233, on base 373, slugged .442, on base plus slugging .815, 14 home runs, 10 stolen bases, 118 strikeouts, 56 walks, 22 doubles. I'm not here. I was actually kind of a fan of Avina when he was with the Brewers, but nothing popped out to me this year. There's something about this profile that I'm just not in love with. Low average, high strikeouts. He does have good on base percentage. I'm not in love here. Matter of fact, I think I'm walking away. So you can go ahead and try to convince everybody else.
Okay, and I will play devil's advocate on this one. So I didn't even know that he went to the Yankees. I must have missed that trade. There must have been some kind of deal that sent him there this offseason, because he was with the Brewers all of last season. So That's interesting, and that's a notable development, I guess. But I thought we were talking about a Brewer here for a minute. I'm gonna try to make the counter argument. So Avina is somebody that we talked about on Bats and Stats last year. Yep. And you and I both agreed that we saw a lot of risk here. We weren't buying into it. And we said, wait and see. Like, we need more. We need to see more before we're excited about it. Now, his numbers this year were worse than last year. But I'm going to say that I've seen enough now to this point to where I'm buying into it. And here's the reasons why. Because early on in the season, it played out almost exactly like you and I expected it to. And he was struggling really bad. And we were, validation for what we had presumed. The strikeouts are way too high. Don't think he's going to hit for the average to be able to maintain it. But his season dramatically changed in the second half. So he's a second half dude. And the next thing I knew, all of a sudden he was rising up leaderboards. And he's done it under the radar. Everybody they forgot about it. His first half started and they just dropped it completely. The only people that were ever talking about him to begin with was you and I, as far as I'm aware. And then he pretty much just fell off the map completely. But his second half has been sneaky and very legit. So let me quote some stats. He was awful in the first half. So starting in July, he hit 297. I'm just going to say his slash line. Actually, no, I'm going to just say his OPSs. July OPS of 951. An August OPS of 1,095.
Jeez.
And a September OPS of 1,063. And in August and September specifically, he seems to have cut down his strikeout rate pretty significantly, and increased his walk rate those months pretty significantly as well. Still hitting for power, the power that he's always shown. So from my perspective, I think this guy is a huge buy opportunity. I think he's under the radar in deep leagues. I'm speaking about deep leagues specifically here. But I think this guy is a really sneaky ad. I think he's somebody that I would want to target in deep leagues to try to make a play for somebody that's a riser. I see a riser right here.
Okay, well, I love the OPSs that you brought into play there. Those 2 months at the end of the year, he was hot. I mean, sexy hot.
Yep. And get this. STS has him projected for 31 home runs per 600 plate appearances. So we did get some validation of him as the power hitter last year. while showing progress with his plate discipline, which we said was the big red flag. So we're seeing it. We're seeing little glimpses of it anyway. Remains to be seen if that keeps up as he moves up, but there was clearly some kind of an adjustment that he made. So I'm all aboard. I'm all aboard the Jace Avina train.
All right. The trade was Jake Bowers to Milwaukee Brewers for Jace Avina and Brian Sanchez. Brian Sanchez is a left fielder.
That's a great deal for the Yankees.
Happened in November 17th. I do not recall that trade, but yeah, I remember Bowers playing for the Yankees. I do not recall that trade though.
Huh.
Yeah. All right. Well, there it is. Ross convinced you guys, but he didn't convince me. I'm not buying.